My boyfriend got roses from somebody else and thought they were from me. The title basically says it all. I received a text from him saying you are too cute, thanks for the gift. I called him and didn't mention his message for a while, then asked if he was having a good day and if anything special happened. He said he got about the day I fucked up a delivery of 200 roses and thanked me. I told him they weren't from me and he got a little flustered and said it was obviously a joke. Guys never get flowers. The next 2 minutes were awkward as I was taken by surprise and it seemed he was trying to cover his tracks, so I was at a loss for words. He asked why I was so quiet and I said I was upset and if it was a joke it wasn't funny. He kept playing it off saying sorry my jokes aren't funny. After a while, I told him I was upset and didn't feel like talking and we ended the call. I'm feeling like I'm in a state of shock as it seems on the surface like he received flowers and then lied about it. Part of me thinks I can't be mad for him receiving a gift like that. He clearly thought they were from me, but his instinct was to lie, which makes me think he is hiding something. Add to this that a couple of months ago I caught him on a dating app after seeing a notification pop up on his phone. He admitted he was on the app for an ego boost because he just got new pictures taken but said he wasn't talking to anyone or seeing other people. I don't buy this either, honestly, but let it slide because he seemed genuine. I figured if he is seeing other people I'll find out eventually. I'm not the type to spy on my partner or try to catch them. The truth always comes out in the end if you give someone enough rope to hang themselves with. I'm not going to lie, I am feeling devastated and heartbroken. Other than this, our relationship is great. We've talked seriously about potentially getting married in a few years and have an otherwise healthy and happy relationship. But with these things happening I doubt everything and this seems like the final straw. I'm not overreacting, am I? Edit, yes, he said 200 roses. A quick Google search puts this anywhere from $300, $1,000. If it's relevant, we are both highly paid professionals and this is not out of my price range. 200 roses would be really expensive, and if he was cheating surely he wouldn't be stupid enough to tell his girlfriend about a present he got from his mistress. Then again, he was stupid enough to go on a dating app, so maybe he is that stupid. This whole thing seems a little fishy. If the roses were actually from someone else and he thought they were from you, the logical/reasonable thing for him to say would be, oh, I just got a delivery of flowers. Did you really not send it? Or are you joking? You really didn't send these flowers? Or that's weird, who sent me these flowers then? Or some variation on those. The attempt to cover it up as a joke implies that he did in fact receive flowers but now knows who they are from if they weren't from you, and doesn't want you to know about them. Seems super fishy, especially in light of his presence on a dating app. Other than him cheating on you by joining a dating app, it's an otherwise healthy relationship. Usually people with new pictures just post them on social media. My thought is, let things calm down, and tell him you are genuinely hurt by how this is handled. Be upfront that it's sketchy he is playing it off, and that you can deal with the situation if he is honest and takes your relationship seriously rather than joking about things that can cause a rift and trust issues. People make mistakes when they're caught in a situation they aren't prepared for. Whether he is doing things on the side or not that you wouldn't if approve of is a question, and he deserves a chance at a more level-headed time to be more upfront with you, and things could work out. Still, think about what you should do if he can't be transparent with you and show genuine concern when you are genuinely hurt, because if that's what you need and you aren't getting in tough situations, then you need to take care of your happiness. In an effort to be generous and give him the benefit of the doubt, is there a chance he was saying it was a joke to try to prevent some harm to you? Is he the kind of guy that would even like several dozen roses? 200 roses is not cheap. That's one hell of an expensive joke, though on the other hand, that's so many that it's a comically large amount. I think I would want more information before making a big move on this. I mean, I would be freaked the fuck out if I got 200 roses from some rando. And I could see making your GF think that it's no big deal until you figure out how to deal with. That said, I'm just constructing a narrative, and with the revelation about the dating app is probably more nefarious. My wife, 30F, has developed bad breath of the last 6 months. and is 100% refusing to acknowledge or fix it. It happened during lockdown and it's becoming a real problem for me. Her breath is bad, all day long, even after teeth brushing. She refuses to accept or believe this when I tell her. We haven't been intimate since because I just can't stand it. Due to the pandemic we haven't been going out anywhere, so no one else has had a chance to experience or corroborate it. She doesn't floss at all, and rarely uses mouthwash, and will not change this. She says she brushes her tongue when teeth brushing, but due to a gag reflex I don't think she goes back very far. I suggested to her that she might have tonsil stones, and just flat out refused to believe she could have them. She will also get offended and refuse to see a doctor or dentist about any of this, insisting that it's not a problem. It's starting to have a real effect on my day-to-day life with her. It's all I can smell when around her, and the fact that she refuses to do anything about it beyond taking a mint which doesn't help is starting to weigh heavily on me. I can't just break things off with her due to a breath problem, can I? Any advice would be appreciated. This happened in my relationship. After a while we both started having smelly breath even if we brushed and mouthwash. You were flossing too. Well, we both went to the same dentist together and actually both had gum disease. He said it's so frequent everyone gets through this, we were just younger than normal. So he cleaned our teeth but deeper, not the usual cleaning. He went inside the gums, took couple hours. We have the freshest breath since then, it's amazing. I told my partner first that he started being more and more smelly, but I did say I feel like too, we should go to the dentist together. Hope this helps. This happened to us but with tonsil stones. We bonded over squeezing our tonsils and wrenching in the sink. Edit, it's beneficial to pick children up on spelling to help them learn, but picking adults up on autocorrect on Reddit instead of providing a valid comment is probably the lamest hobby I've ever heard of. There must be a subreddit for /no life. I know someone who has sinus blockage and uses a sinus flush. Without it they get in ear pain and breath that smells like gone off meat, very off-putting. I agree this could be a serious issue and getting a quick checkup by an ENT specialist will rule out growths etc. Rinsing with mouthwash and flossing does nothing BTW, as the problem is much deeper. Oh, and she won't be able to smell it as the nose gets used to it quickly. Only other people can smell it, and believe me, you do smell it and they don't. It is health issue and it is worth it for the reassurance that there is nothing going on like sinus cancer. Edit added details. Good idea. If you approach it as you are worried about her health as opposed to just being grossed out, she may take it better. I had really bad breath, related to bad gut health. Although I've since bought a copper tongue scraper and it is seriously a life changer. My gut health is improving through diet. Hope she's okay though. I feel for her, and I get very embarrassed, thus defensive when I know I have a problem that I haven't been able to fix and someone brings it up. There's a lot of health issues that can change your breath. Try coming to her from a place of genuine concern instead of disgust. She likely has a health issue. Her oral hygiene isn't the problem. You should make that known to her. Last night was the worst night of my life. My relationship is ending and I can't leave until February. My fiance and I finally had the house to ourselves and got my mom to watch our daughter. The night started off really good. We were drinking, dancing, laughing, and then it got really bad. We have always had a pretty up and down relationship and he can be very controlling and emotionally abusive. I thought he was changing. I really did. He was about to get into therapy and promised so much. I wanted my family to work so bad. And I know that is stupid of me. Well, last night he got mad at me for being too drunk to have sex. He started screaming at me and calling me a bitch and telling me I am a fake ass person, that I'm a tiny insignificant person, that monkeys could do what I do for work, and that I don't care about anyone but myself, including our child who I primarily care for. Tried to lock myself in our bedroom and he wouldn't leave me alone. He broke the door to come in and he just yelled at me all night. The house we live in, we bought together, but it is technically in his name. He kept telling me to get out of his house. I guess we were drinking, but it was so ugly. Pensive face. I just woke up and he was laying next to me and I'm sick to my stomach. I just don't know what to do. I love this man, My daughter loves him, but I am tired of being treated this way. I am putting together a savings and I think I can get enough saved to leave around February. I have nowhere else to go and I am not going to a shelter with my daughter. My heart is so broken. It's almost Christmas and I feel like my entire world is falling apart. Please give me advice or words of encouragement because I can't tell anyone about this right now and I just need to feel not so alone. Start planning your exit strategy. Get some legal advice. The fact the house is not in your name is not relevant legally if you have been contributing to expenses. Work out the list of items that you would want if you had an hour to leave, or 2 hours to leave, 4 hours to leave, or a day to leave. If you can, start cleaning up a bit. Get some boxes, tell him that you're putting stuff in storage to declutter the house, that you want it to be nicer for you both or something along those lines. If you have a family member you can trust, confide in them. You should not feel isolated. If you are worried they might try to help, or say something, then don't tell them. Therapy does not help with people that are emotionally abusive and controlling. It's just a weapon for them to use to manipulate you. If you want therapy, get personal therapy before couples therapy, but from the sounds of it, you just need to leave. If you have a daughter, you need to get out anyway. She should not grow up thinking that his behavior or your relationship with him is in any way normal or should be put up with. I thought he was changing. I really did. Abusers don't change. They mask and they lie. They do not change. He broke the door to come in. If you haven't already taken photos of this, do it now, and call the police so there's a record of what happened. I have nowhere else to go and I am not going to a shelter with my daughter. What about your mothers? The longer you stay with him, the more your daughter is going to normalize this behavior. She will see you accept it, and will grow up believing this is how women are supposed to be treated by men. I can't tell anyone about this right now. This is a side effect of his abuse. You can and you should. You need help beyond encouragement from strangers on Reddit. Tell your mother exactly what happened. Tell your friends. Tell a doctor. Find an online therapist you can speak to when he's out of the house. You love the idea of who you want your partner to be, but that person doesn't exist. You cannot make him become that, and the longer you try, the more pain you're going to cause yourself, and the more impact it will have on your daughter. If you don't tell anyone what's happening behind closed doors, then your partner will control that narrative, too. If you get the nerve to leave, he'll cry and lie and make up stories about all the things he screams at you, and no one on the outside will have any reason not to believe him because you haven't given them that reason. You're desperate to project a perfect family, and that projection is all they know. Can you stay with your mum? Ripping a door off means things are escalating to him hitting you. You are a human and you deserve to be treated like one. You may love him, but do you want your child to grow up in a household where screaming is a form of communication? Can you maybe move in with your mother for a while? I hope you're safe and I wish you the best for your and your daughter's future. You're not alone. I went through this mental and physical abuse with 2 young sons and a baby on the way. If you keep putting up with this behavior, it will only get worse. You have a plan. That's the first step to you, a family you can stay with until you can get money together to get your own place. If you start to doubt your decision, ask yourself what advice you would give your sister, your best friend, or God forbid your daughter if they were being treated like this. Then take your own advice. Good luck, honey. Let us know when you're out of this toxic environment. 20.